So they made this movie in 1984, I guess, called Countdown to Looking Glass. And Operation Looking Glass is a code name for an airborne command and control center operated by the United States. In more recent years, it has been more officially referred to as Airborne National Command Post. It provides command and control of U.S. nuclear forces in the event that ground-based command centers have been destroyed or otherwise rendered inoperable. In such an event, the general officer aboard the Looking Glass serves as the Airborne Emergency Action Officer, and by law assumes the authority of the National Command Authority and could command execution of nuclear attacks. Now, we've been every day for like the last month on Flight Radar 24, there's been these planes flying around America all day. Today, in the last few days, it's been crazy. They've been circling, they've been getting refueled and shutting their transponders off. It's insane. And if you remember when I first started to see all this image of the beast stuff, I showed you how it was shown what the image of the beast was in Alice in Wonders Through the Looking Glass episode, or movie, or whatever it was called, whatever it was. So, just like the military, you should be on heightened alert. Because the Looking Glass, it's what happened on September 23rd, the 24th. Just like I showed you in the video, it was a crossing of realities. They've had this plan for years. I found these old Star Trek episodes that's talking all about it. Look, crossover, Through the Looking Glass, Shattered Mirror, Resurrection, The Emperor's New Cloak. And look right here at what it says. It's the episode here, Mirror, Mirror, they go into a different dimension where they have these counterparts. And this is what they said. They were brutal, savage, unprincipled, uncivilized, treacherous in every way. And there was, and every different Star Wars, I've been telling you that every movie talks about this. Go look at all the movies and watch and see if, like, it's all, right now, the movies that are coming out, it's all about lost kingdoms. It's about getting home to the safe spot, to the circle. Even on here, they mention the circle in the cylinder in this Star Wars stuff. Where's it at? Emissary, Mirror, Mirror, Crossover, Through the Looking Glass, Saturn's Children, The Soul Key, The Rise Like Lions. There's one picture I took though. Oh, right here. This cylindrical doodad from the Looking Glass, and they even mentioned the circle. Pattern Delta, and Delta. I told you that's a triangle. It's a mountain. It's a triangle. The star is two deltas, and they started all this back when the 7 years started in 2018, the end of 2017, when the first eclipse happened, and we saw the woman clothed in the sun up in the sky. And there's so much of this. There's so much truth to what I'm telling you. It's insane what's going on. And that Thunderbolts show, or the Thunderbolts, it's all about this too. And if you go read the plot, you're going to see. But today I heard the title of a TV show called Twin Peaks. And I don't really remember it, but I guess it was out back in the 90s. And then in 2017, they came back out with, I guess, another season. And it's about what I've been talking about. Look, the black and white lodges. And this TV show goes so far to put my name, full name, birthday, everything in this television show. Go figure. Do what you want with it. I'm not doing any more than what I just told you with it. But it's about going to the zone, finding your way home, and it's all about, like, look, the key, it says the key to finding out about the black, right here, I'll read this. It is said that the key to gain entrance to the Black Lodge is fear, usually an act of brutal murder. This is in contrast to the key to the White Lodge, which is love. Another requirement to enter the Black Lodge through the entrance in Glastonbury Grove is that it may only be entered when Jupiter and Saturn meet. Remember I told you about the two stars that were close together? When I was in Illinois, I came out out of the Walmart and everyone was taking pictures of it in the sky. That's what it's talking about. So, maybe I am in the Matrix. Who knows? But everything you should see all the signs, and you should know there's not much time left. If you're really hungry and thirsty, you'll go through and look at all this stuff. You'll go through and read the word, examine it thoroughly, and I hope you do. I pray you do. I love each and every one of you. I love you. And it's gonna be horrible to know that all my loved ones, all you guys, end up perishing because you couldn't take a nice little trip to a nice area. Look at this article I just came out today from the National Geographic. From National Geographic. Is this it? Yeah. It's either National Geographic or History. National Geographic, I think. But check this out. Combine skiing with a U.S. road trip in the Wasatch Mountains. And you should know about the Wasatch Mountains. That is your home. That's where Jerusalem is. It sits right on the western side of the Wasatch Front. Looking down from Utah's sheer Wasatch Range, I feel relieved to have made it to the end of one of America's most challenging roads. Rising to nearly 2,500 meters, State Road 210 is no stranger to avalanches. Snowplows can't keep pace with the blizzards, and Cannon triggers slides to mitigate risk. Cannons trigger slides to mitigate risk. Travel can be slow and unpredictable, but manage to get here. And the skiing is arguably the finest in North America. On a steeply inclined slope facing Mount Superior, high above the canyon's Snowbird Resort, the mountains inspire a particular kind of devotion. The Powder is brazenly billed the greatest snow on earth, and in an age when skiing is all about chasing the next rush, the Wasatch Range, named by the Shoshone Native American tribe. Remember the Shoshone? They're mentioned in Scripture. The Shoshone are. And I've went through this and read this with you. I hope you guys remember. It is is a glimpse of America at its wildest. We stop in our tracks, and my guide Sarah Sherman explains that the valley offers what locals call country club skiing. The roads closed so often for avalanche blasting, it's almost like this is a private resort, she says. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah. It's a fortress. The only way they would get in here is they'd have to come down. They'd have to fly in here at certain times. For decades, the big ticket resorts of Colorado and California have dominated the U.S. winter sports landscape thanks to better infrastructure and investment. Now, those in Wasatch are offering a new proposition, a road trip through obscure towns with few facilities, but ones with access to some of the largest terrain in North America. Record snowfall has become Utah's calling card, and powder conditions are especially favorable in the climate bubble created by the Wasatch. The scientific term is flotation. Flotation. Just like Noah's Ark. The weather west of the Rockies causes lighter flurries to fall on a heavier snow base, while the area's unique meteorology coughs up lightly spinning, almost weightless powder. The off-radar Wasatch towns might seem an intimidating payoff, but the appeal lies in their variety. Between saddles of unbroken snow, different realities can be found an hour or two apart, and that's the truth. If you want palm trees, you drive an hour that way. You want snow, it has everything. It's paradise. I ain't been telling you a lie. It actually is. As well as Snowbird, there's Alta. Skiers only Brighton, grungy, Solitude challenging, Park City swaggering, Deer Valley upscale, and also newsworthy since this year's Gwyneth Paltrow court case. And Mayflower Mountain Resort opening in 2024. Mayflower Mountain. What's Mayflower? Mayflower reminds you of the Pilgrims. You know what to do, Pilgrim. I hope you do it soon. And I want to give you a heads up that tomorrow, and this, I'm not saying that I know anything or I think anything's going to happen. I just want to give you a heads up so you know in case you didn't know. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time, this massive sun flare called X 2.8 or something like that is going to hit Earth, and like on this side, we're going to be facing it at about 10 a.m. And you know, it's a bunch of people's talking about it on the news, and I've seen nothing but 42 stuff, 67 and 76 stuff in the news since yesterday. It's been loaded with those numbers. Now, I just want to read from the verse of the day for you and get a little context with it. And I don't want to keep you long. It's Shabbat night, and I know you got things you need to do, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to share this word with you. Colossians 3:17. And whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Master Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High, the Father, through him. If then you were raised with Messiah, seek the matters which are above, where Messiah is, sitting at the right hand of the Most High. Mind the matters above, not those on earth. For you have died, and your life has been hidden with Messiah in the Most High. When the Messiah, who is our life, is manifested, then you also shall be manifested with him in esteem. Therefore put to death your members which are on the earth, whoring, uncleanness, passion, evil desire, and greed of gain, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of the Most High is coming upon the sons of disobedience. And I don't want to ruffle your feathers tonight, but just remember that not picking up your stake, going to Jerusalem, that's disobedience if you don't do that. That's minding the matters on earth if you don't do that. In which you also once walked when you lived in them, but now also put off all these: displeasure, wrath, evil, blasphemy, filthy talk from your mouth. Do not lie to each other, since you have put off the old man with his practices, and have put on the new one, who is renewed in knowledge, according to the likeness of him who created him. Where there is not Greek and Yehudi, circumcised, uncircumcised, foreigner, Scythian, slave, free, but Messiah is all and in all. It doesn't matter your race or your creed. All that matters is that you get on the highway. Therefore, as chosen ones of the Most High, set apart and beloved, put on compassion, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, patience, bearing with one another, and forgiving each other if anyone has a complaint against each other. Indeed, as Messiah forgave you, so also should you. But above all these, put on love, which is a bond of the perfection. And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be filled with thanks. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing with pleasure in your hearts to the Master in psalms and songs of praise and spiritual songs. And whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Master Yahusha, in the truth, in the way, in the life, the word, giving thanks to the Most High, to the Father through him. Wives, subject yourselves to your own husbands, as is proper in the Master. Husbands, love your wives, and do not be bitter toward them. Children, obey your parents in all, for this is well-pleasing to the Master. Fathers, do not provoke your children, lest they become discouraged. Servants, obey your masters according to the flesh in all respects, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in sincerity of heart, fearing the Most High. And whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Master and not to men, knowing that from the Master you shall receive the reward of the inheritance. It is the Master Messiah you serve. But he who does wrong shall be repaid for the wrong which he has done, and there is no partiality. Now, I don't want to sound this way, but just in case, if I don't see any of you or hear from you, or you don't hear from me or see me, I hope that you can forgive me for getting short at times and acting brutish sometimes, immature, and not doing all I could do to assist anyone and serve anyone, my brothers and sisters, in the best way that I could have. I love you guys. I hope to see you soon. I hope that you stay with your face to the ground and that you give all honor, all praise, all glory, and all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator.